Hello everyone, Frankie with Texas Tigers Designs. Been a little while since I've made a video about deconstructing, but I wanted to do that to show you what I'm working on. I've gotten some, these are actually from the 70s. This is old polyester stuff. I've been taking them apart. They have stains, really bad stains on them, okay? I'm not reusing this particular bag of stuff. These were made from Sears and Roebuck back in the 60s, 70s, something like that. They're actual vintage bell bottoms. Now, I thought long and hard. I've had these for several months. Didn't want to take them apart because they're original bell bottoms. Then I made the decision that they're so stained up that they're useless. I'm not going to display them because they're so stained up. I'm making a pattern out of them. So I went ahead and deconstructed them, got down to their parts. And this will actually be made into some modern bell bottoms. I am a girl who grew up in the 70s and I loved my bell bottoms. Went kicking and screaming out of my bell bottoms. The only way that I got out of my bell bottoms was I wore them into high school, which was the 80s, and got laughed at. Yeah, so peer pressure got me out of my bell bottoms. But man, I love those things. I still wore them at home. They were hip hugger bell bottoms. They were so cool. Now, anyway, I'm going to make some modern ones out of those, my own style. But these are like t-shirt material. They're not quite this kind of polyester. These are more t-shirt type things that I've taken apart. And then these had laces on them. And see, you can see here where some of this is stained. I'm going to actually end up dyeing these a different color so I can reuse them. This had this belt attached to it. This is actually going to go on a purse. I will reuse this on a purse. But I'm deconstructing them now. I collect all of the buttons off of the things, off of the garments. And right now I'm just keeping the kind of materials together. The blue, this blue, that's going to stay together because that's a pattern. But the t-shirt material, the laces, then the polyesters, these are all going to go in one bag together. Then I have this really cool retro looking shirt. Now, mind you, all of this is a trash pick. I got these out of a trash that someone had thrown away after an estate sale. They didn't donate them because they felt like they weren't good enough to be donated, which, you know, I totally understand and probably agree they weren't good enough for clothing. But look at this fantastic pattern on here. This is probably going to end up a wall hanging or something because this is just so cool. It's too thin to be made into something. I don't know. Might not be. Well, yeah, you can kind of see through it there. But I'll make a determination on that one once I take it apart. And it's got the square. Hold on. It's not cooperating. Has the square neckline. That was very popular in the 70s. It has the belt tie tied around the back. I don't know. That I may make a pattern out of it before it becomes something else. Oh, that thought. It's falling. I'm sorry, guys. Let's see. These are getting put into bags over here, things like that. The lace, the one I said that had the belt, basically was a skirt like this. Just a skirt like this that I took apart, and I'll do this one the same way. Just look at this beautiful, isn't that gorgeous? This will probably end up on a purse. That's the idea for this one. Yeah, this one will probably end up on a purse. So, but these are the things that I'm working on right now. Let me put all this stuff back up here. Except for the one I'm working on, which is the orange right now. My work area is really crowded. I'm working on a new work area. Okay, now, to tell you what I do, come in and I take things apart. I cut the seams off. Okay. See these things? I'll actually come in and I'll cut beside them if I can't take them out. And see, some of this is so old, I've been able to actually take the hems out. But the problem with doing that I've discovered are, see all these little needle holes? Those just don't go away, especially after time. And this will give you some idea what this looked like. I've tried to get it out. It won't come out. So this piece of fabric right here, there's no smell. It's clean. So this orange, I'll probably end up dyeing it black so I can reuse it. And what I'm going to reuse all this polyester for, like this, is when I start making my purses and my little wallets and things like that, the lining on the inside of the purses, that's what this is going to be in. I know traditionally purses have the silkier type material, kind of like this stuff here. Okay. It has that shiny, pretty, silky type material. It's a polyester too. It's just shiny. But I like to reuse. I like to upcycle. And I plan on making a lot of handbags and purses and things. And I need linings for them. And anytime I can find something that I can line it with, I'm going to use it. I don't care what it's made out of. The colors, remember, when you are redoing something and you're thinking about, oh, that's fabric, I can take that apart, get back down to its components, like the buttons and the, if it's got beads, laces, all of that, when you get back down to its components, elastic, it doesn't have to remain the same color that it is. Now, a lot of times you're not going to have options about what you can do color-wise, but black, any dark color is usually an option. And you can go get Rit Dye at the store, or you can buy it online. Rit, if you go to rit.com, they have, and it's R-I-T, they have a ton of colors that you can buy. It's a very easy process. Some people have done it in their washing machines. I don't do it that way. I go old school and I do it in a wash tub. It's really easy to do. It tells you how to do it. There's videos out there about how to do it. And there's no sense and trashing this because it's stained up. None. This is still perfectly good material. It's strong material. It's good material. And this is just going to get stained black. That stain will be gone. It will stain over the stain. Okay? Now, in some cases, it won't stain over stains, so you have to be careful. And you have to know what you're doing. You have to buy the right kind of Rit dye. There are different Rit dyes for different kinds of fabrics. There's one that works well with polyester like this. So that's the one I'll be getting. And in the long run, if you've done this, you've changed the color of something and it didn't work out, you're out the cost of the dye and your time. And if you had to pay for the garment, whatever the cost of the garment is, you know. If it's blue and you want it red, go for it. Try it. See if it works out. If it doesn't work out, you know, maybe a second application of the red to see if it will take. If it turns black, if it does, you know, turns brown, whatever, dye it black. If that doesn't work and it's streaky and there are different things that can happen, if it fails, it fails. Lessons learned. You know, maybe with that application, it didn't work. So next time, maybe you'll think twice. Understand? And if you find a garment, say you're at Goodwill, Salvation Army, any kind of thrift store, and you find a dress or a shirt that you really like the style. And when I'm talking style, I mean, you know, this has a style. This is ruffled and it's got elastic in the sleeves. You know, it's got, hold on, let me see. It's just cute in general. It's kind of course it's wrong side out. That's why I can't get it. Anyway, it's a cute style, right? So you find something you like. But say you like this shirt. But you don't look good in blue. Blue is not your color. You can't stand blue. Whatever the reason. You don't want blue. That's fine. If you like black. Or you like purple. Don't like blue, but you love purple. Dye it. Try dyeing it. It's not hard. You may say you pay $3 for the shirt. The Rit is probably about $5 or $6, depending. And then your time. So, I don't know about y'all, but I know some of y'all's time is very precious because of your work. You just don't, you know, you work 20 hours a day, which leaves you 4 hours to sleep. I get it. I understand. You may not have time to do this. It's not an option for you. Not sure why you're watching my DIY videos, but I thank you for that. And hey, I'm happy to try and help you learn how to do this. It just takes a little time. Put it in when you go to work, before you go to work. When you come home, I guarantee you it's going to be dyed. Do this while you're at work. Just do all the prep before you go to work. Leave it. Go to work. Come home. Deal with rinsing it out and following the end of the instructions. And it'll be dyed. I promise. But don't, you got to stain on something, just dye it. The whole garment, just dye it. Seriously. And then you have a new garment that you really like and want to wear. Now, all the slaves to fashion, all the slaves to trends, all the slaves to Oh, that's so last season. Oh, that's so old style. I've never been one to discard something because it's out of style. I'm just not. I wasn't raised that way. I was raised by a mother and father who went through the Great Depression. They learned what it was like to not have stuff, not to have the money to be able to buy stuff, and stuff just in generally not available. So many people don't know what that's like. And I grew up in a generation where we still fixed TVs. We had a TV repairman at our house many times. We had phone repair people at our house fixing phone lines. We had somebody come and fix our refrigerator. We had somebody come fix our stove. We repaired stuff. We didn't discard it and buy a new one. Oh, it's just cheaper to buy a new one. Well, unfortunately, in this day and age, yeah, manufacturers have gotten it to that point that they are mass producing so much. There's no quality anymore. Sorry, don't mean to offend anyone, but if you produce a product and in a year it goes out, or 2 years it's gone out, that's not a quality product. There are television sets from the 1950s when they first came out that are still working today. Yeah, 50 years, 60 years, 70 years. And these products are still working. There are some old refrigerators that were produced years ago that still work. And I see so many online that don't work. They're newer. They don't work. Why is that? It's because we are not creating products to last. Companies have created products to fail, so you will go buy a new one. It's just the way of the world, and that's sad. But I'll get off my soapbox. I know. Sorry, guys. You know how I feel about it. Now, when I deconstruct these, back to this, all of these little tags and stuff, I actually take them and I save them in a baggie. And eventually those things will get used in art projects. I got a few things planned for those, for some of my art. Remember, I don't just sew. I'm not a seamstress. I'm not a painter. I'm not a jeweler. I'm a recycle artist. There's a difference. And I'm not a crafter. I don't do crafts. I'm having a hard time explaining to people and getting people to understand that there is a difference between being an artist, a recycle artist, and these other professions. A jeweler makes jewelry. They can take a chunk of gold, melt it down, and turn it into a ring. Absolutely stunning artistry. They are a jeweler. A painter. Hold on. Okay, back. A painter will be able to go outside and look at nature and just paint it absolutely gorgeous. That's the kind of artist they are. They do paintings, they do sketches, they do watercolors. That's what they do. A crafter can make these beautiful little crafts, these different things that you need. They're just awesome. That's a crafter. That's their artistry. Then you have the seamstress. They can make you a garment that's just awesome and beautiful, looks great on you, hangs perfectly. They're very talented. That's their artistry. Some sewers can make you quilts like you won't believe. Painting pictures or sewing pictures on quilts that you wouldn't know is in a painting. Completely talented artistry. Everybody is an artist in their own right. I'm a recycle artist. I think outside of the box, where one person sees junk or trash, like in the case of these. That's gross, disgusting, nasty. I'm going to throw it away. I can't do nothing with that. I don't want to take the time. It's not my thing. It's my thing. This is what I do. I want to take the time. I enjoy it. I don't do this to impress anyone. I don't do this for anybody else's pleasure other than my own. But I am absolutely thrilled when someone loves what I do. And I'm more thrilled when somebody wants to have something I've made. I'm impressed, actually. I love that fact. But I do this because it's relaxing. I do it because I want to express myself. I do this because I have creative juices that need to come out. It's fun for me. So this is why I do it. I am a recycle artist. And I'm very happy to say I'm finding more recycle artists. Now, I'm going to come in here and I'll come along these lines here, right here, and I'll cut that off. And I'll cut the collar off. And I'll leave the collar that goes into this bag. These are the different pieces. Those are the cuffs. And I've got, from another orange shirt that I had, I've got those pieces in there. And then I'll come right here and I'll cut along that line. So that way I'm getting back, I'm taking off the pieces that are different, getting back to the fabric. And these pieces, like the collar and whatnot, I'll use them somewhere. If not on purses, handbags, then I'll use them in my art, if nothing else, in my mixed media art. So, but this is getting to be a long video. I'm already almost at 25 minutes, so I'm just going to stop here. And remember, I cut the seams off, and I make seemingly simple bracelets. I have a video out there about my seemingly simple bracelets. So go watch that and see how I upcycle these. I'll try and put a link to that video down below. Look down below and above the comment section, and you'll see the link to this. I'm going to link my Facebook, my Twitter, my Instagram, and what else? I've got another one. oh gosh, what is it? I'll just put all my links to social media. I'll just say that. There's something else down there. But I want you to be able to go and see what I've got, and I will try and put links to Etsy, because I have tried to start opening an Etsy store. So things that I make will be available. All right, guys, I'm at 25 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye. I just wanted to say real quick, thank you, God, for the privilege of being a recycle artist. Thank you for being in my life. Thank you for all the blessings that you bring to me, Lord. Friends, remember, if nobody loves you, God does. Have a very blessed day. Thank you for watching my videos. Hit that like button. If you like the video, hit subscribe to follow me. I'm going to try and do better about making videos. I haven't felt well, and I'm trying to learn to get past the not feeling well into making the videos. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Bye.